Hi, my name is Freya. I am a 54-year-old single mom living in a minivan. And I want to tell the story of how I got here and what I'm doing to save myself. I was married and a stay-at-home mom to 5 kids for most of my young life, from age 23 until I was in my very late 40s when I left my now ex. I purchased a Winnebago RV. I've since had to let go of the Mini Winnie because I was unable to continue to make payments for it. And I went through bankruptcy just last month. And as difficult as it was the best decision for me. And I'm very glad that I did it. Excuse any background noise. I'm at a public park, so there are people walking around and airplanes going overhead and a ball game going down over on the other side. So going bankrupt wasn't an easy decision. I have so much to tell you, and I can't do it all in this introductory video. When I left my husband 7 years ago, it was one of the absolute hardest things I had ever done after 23 years of marriage. He was a narcissist, and I was emotionally and psychologically abused all of that time. There were threats of physical, but he never actually touched me. Which was difficult for me to distinguish. I'll touch on that again another time. After I left him, everything fell apart. The career I had built. I am also a romance writer. That's right. I hit the USA Today best-selling list 2 weeks in a row. Have had almost all of my novels in the top of their categories. In fact, number 1 in their categories on Amazon. This was between 2015 and 2019. But after I left him, I couldn't write anymore. It was very difficult. I felt like an imposter. How could you write about love if you never really had it? I had great love with my children. I adore my children, and I am so blessed and honored and lucky to have them in my life. However, romantic love, that was a little tougher after having gone through what I went through for so long and finally admitting it to myself. I spent some time in a domestic violence shelter and did a lot of counseling and learned a lot about that. Again, this is something I will share in future videos. After that time, I was able to get a really strong foundation under me. This was in 2019. I drove across country from California all the way to Florida to begin my new life. I had sole custody of my children, and I started school. I'm still a student at the University of Central Florida. I love that school. And started to put myself back together again. I started a YouTube channel and I began writing again a little bit. And schoolwork was pretty huge though, because I was going through the main courses, like the core courses. Math has always been a tougher class for me. So I had to do tutoring and a lot of work and study. Just poured over those books for hours a day. And then I was really feeling good about myself. I had been exercising. I had lost quite a bit of weight. I was feeling strong and able again, and was falling in love with myself, which is so important. We need to love ourselves to be able to move forward and build self-confidence and find our self-worth. But then a tragedy happened that no one could have foreseen, and it absolutely shattered me beyond words, and absolutely to the point where those broken pieces can never be put together. And it's something that I've had to learn to carry. It happened in the first days of 2020, and I have been working to put myself back together again. This time it's different, and I've had to relearn kind of everything I know about myself and the world and my spirituality and money. Finances have been one of the greatest struggles I've had. I've gone through several years now of EMDR therapy, which has helped me greatly to handle the catastrophic loss that I had. The trauma made it very difficult to work. And I was fortunately on Social Security through my ex-husband, and that helped for a while. And then that ended, so I had to pull out of my bubble, and that was another interesting move. I was able, very fortunately, to find a paid internship through a company while going to school, and that helped greatly. And I'm still working with that company, and still doesn't cover everything, but it's taken me quite a while to be able to move forward and choose myself again, choose to believe in myself again. That's a really hard choice when you have a lot of pain in the background and in the forefront, and making that choice is what you have to do to be able to save your life, to be able to start again. And really, this whole story right now is about how I saved myself. I decided just recently that I was going to begin my author career again. I have started writing, and I am rebranding my old titles with brand new covers, and I'm starting some new writing novels. I've got up a website, and I've created this channel to become a travel lifestyle adventure channel where I am going to share my experiences and move forward. I'm going to work at being totally raw with you guys, explain what it's like to live in a minivan at 54 years old, the fear, the excitement. I've always wanted to have van life, and I had RV life and absolutely loved it, and I love moving from place to place. I think everyone should try it. Minivan is a little different than a regular souped up van with a kitchen and bathroom, and everything is compact and inside. I have to go outside to cook every time I need to eat food, and finding parking that's stealthy. Now, I used to stealth park with my RV, and I'm doing really good parking with the minivan. That's the best. But I want to share that all with you. And at some point, I'm just not ready to yet. I want to share what I experienced, because I know that I might be able to help somebody else in that situation. But I'm not ready yet. So that'll wait. I also want to share my experience of leaving a situation that was detrimental to me in my marriage. I believe a lot of women stay where they are because although it's not easier to stay, you know what you are dealing with. I would like to share my experience with that also as we continue. I also plan on doing coaching for people who would like to join the RV life, start full-time travel, living in a minivan or living in a travel van. or even if they find themselves in the situation where they need to live in their cars as well, or if they want to, because that can be fun. Living in your van can be an adventure, or it could be a stepping stone to something else. And that adventure can also be a stepping stone. There are a lot of layers to this. Being 54, I'm excited that I am on this adventure. I have a website and blog I started up, freyaaurorawilding.com, just like my name. I also want to help women who are in bad situations, same with men, specifically women in bad situations who are trying to leave marriages where they are trapped or abused. I also want to take people on the ride that is my life. And I think it's pretty awesome to have a cheering squad behind you, cheering you on, knowing that you're going to pull forward and you're going to make it. Find that strength, find that resiliency, and not give up on myself. That's the hardest thing. That learned helplessness when you are just constantly going through the punches and you've suffered through such trauma, to pick yourself back up at some point and try to carry it. Yep, it's a weight, but keep progressing forward no matter what. That's the story. That's what I'm doing now. So I hope you hit like on this video and hit subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you can get notified when the next video comes out. I am hoping to put out a video each week, hopefully more than that, hopefully 2 times per week. And I just really hope you all join me for that. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them down and I will try to address some of those, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.